Hello friends, welcome to Coding Garden with CJ. Welcome to a chill stream where we will be mostly hanging out, but also coding a Twitch bot to detect live coder team members. Welcome everyone. And so if you have not noticed here on Twitch, I am a member of the Live Coders team. So right below you can see it says Team Live Coders. And the Live Coders are a group of streamers here on Twitch that code live. And I'm a member, and I'm proud to be a member. So you can check out livecoders.dev. You can also, if you click the Live Coders team right below, right here, right there-ish, right there, that will take you here, and you can see other live coders that are streaming as well. A great day for fishing. But what I want to do is anytime there is a member of the Live Coders team in the chat, I want a bot to send a message that says, hey, Live Coder team member, put a link to their channel, that kind of thing. A few other people on the Live Coders team have coded something similar. I haven't really seen anything coded in node.js, which is what I'm going to use. So that will be fun. And also it'll just be fun making a Twitch bot. So that's what we're going to do. Let's say hello to everyone. And the other thing we're going to be doing is brainstorming a new overlay game. So if you were watching last night, and if you've watched the past few shows, you've seen that my drop game is kind of broken. There's double drops. Yeah, we're going to use TMI.js for sure. But so right now we have the Christmas drop game enabled because it actually works. But I want your ideas. What are some other interesting games we could have on screen that work similar to the drop game, but are not the drop game? I want your ideas. And hold on to don't send your ideas just yet. Hold on to them. I'll tell you how you can share your ideas in a second. I mean, the thing is, I slept, and hello, Greg. I slept so well that I was like, all right, I gotta stream. I gotta try and stream. Why not? What was I about to do? Oh yeah, let's say hello to everyone. Object, game idea. Good morning, Wolfie, and Coding Pasta, and Spire, and Avi, and Harsh, and Kevin, and Magic, and Gamercat Nico, and thanks for the follow, Shadows, and hello, Campanucci, and If Says, and Portal Gaming, and CS Orlandi, and Lakshman. And yeah, we have so if you tuned into the Coding Garden like several months ago, we made this Christmas drop game, and I realize it is not Christmas, but it is a fun game to play. And hello, Portal Gaming. I'm doing pretty good. And hello, Mikol, and Lakshman, and Cordio. It's like rodeo, but Cordio. And Mikol, yeah, so the plan is this weekend I will be working on the inventory app. I'll most likely also be doing a very, very long live stream. But that is the plan. And hello, Dr. Hakuna. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Kevin. And hello, Jan, and Terrazoid, and Dunk, and Coronos, and Bungee Field. A great day for fishing. Wait. Is this like a Animal Crossing reference? Because I don't play Animal Crossing, so I would not have gotten that. I don't know. And good morning, Stewie. He said it just started work for the day. That's good. And hello, Mitzik and Sana. Yeah, and the plan is to use TMI.js, which was created by a member of the Live Coders team, Alka, and a mod on this channel, and a great friend of the channel. And we'll most likely be using this, yes. And hello, Elite Rose. Portal says, will it auto-update? Because I'm almost hitting affiliate. It should. So the idea is to make it real-time. So it's going to pull in the list of team members from the Twitch API. And yeah, anytime there's a new team member added, it should detect that because it's pulling it in from the API. And hello, Eternal Dev Coder and Sigwintini. Avi, it's been a while since you've tuned in, Avi. Welcome. But in the past month or so, I have been working on a video tutorial series for making a Minecraft server. Oh, that sounds fun. Do you have a YouTube channel? You can drop the link in the chat. And thanks for the follow, Asana. And hello, Ben Aaron Dahmer and Percelsior. What's up? Mikio has a crazy idea. I'd love to hear it. And welcome, Eternal Dev Coder and Yukarai and Ludragon. I legit had to think for a moment. Wait, is it Christmas? Have we been in quarantine that long? Is it Christmas? Yeah, that would have been a good April Fool's joke, huh? I don't know. Nice, nice. Hello, time zones. I missed your last stream, if the earth was flat. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing. My last stream was late at night, so a lot of people in different parts of the world may not have been able to tune in. Oh no, it's from the Playtech store. They haven't. Okay. But I know fishing is a thing that people do in Animal Crossing. But yeah. And yeah, Alka's great. Go ahead and check out Alka's channel. Alka's probably sleeping right now. This is about the time that he goes to bed. But I don't know if he's streamed recently, but you should check him out and follow him because he's great. Yes. And thanks for the follow, Deutsch Performance. So, sorry, he's not the creator, he's the maintainer. So, there was someone else that initially created it. He took over maintenance, and right now it's in a weird state because he's in the process of upgrading the code base to TypeScript. So, it's kind of hard to find good documentation, or like, there is documentation, but it's hard to find that documentation. But Alka's working on all of that. And soon there will be a version 2 with new docs and all that good stuff. And the other issue is if you Google TMI.js, the old domain comes up a lot of times, like tmijs.org. It might have been fixed. But there's a domain that Alka does not have access to. And so a lot of people think like TMI.js is broken, but it's not. Oh yeah, here it is. This link is broken, or it redirects to like a spam site. Yeah. But Alka does own tmijs.com. And so that's where you should go. But I'll show you. I'll show you how to get the docs and all that good stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Portal Gaming, you do want to be careful with the self-promotion. I think the best way to self-promote is to just be nice. Like, don't ask people to come to your channel. Don't ask people to follow. Just hang out in other channels and be a good person. And people will see that, and they'll want to follow you. Make a school bus that carries the new members inside across the bottom of the screen. This is an amazing idea. Here, let me get my ideas thing going. I am 2 minutes behind on chat, but this is what I want to do. I have that Q&A thing that I built, but we're going to update it so that you can submit ideas instead of questions. You can submit questions too, but all right. Let's see what needs to change. We are detecting if type equals ask. How many places am I doing that? Type equals ask, ask. Okay, only those 3 places. So I'm going to do, replace it with idea. Cool. And then over here, submit an idea. So it'll be exclamation mark idea, your idea here. Upvote. I should have made this generic, but we'll fix that in the future. So upvote an idea, comment on an idea. Okay, that should do it. Cool. So if you have an idea in the chat, you can do exclamation idea, space followed by your idea. Cordio, go ahead and submit this idea. I'd like to see it on here. And then once it pops up, anyone else can vote for that idea by doing exclamation mark upvote followed by the number that appears. But you have to wait for the number to appear before you can upvote things. Let's see if it works. Oh, sweet. So this is Avi's channel. Check out Avi's channel. He's doing Minecraft server setup. And what's up, El Muchacho? Oi, the grumpy game dev. Boggle. Boggle would be fun. So yeah, so we're thinking. So here's the thing. We're coming up with overlay game ideas, something to replace the drop game. But also, if you have ideas for how we can do shoutouts for the live coders team or different things like that, feel free to ask them or feel free to suggest them. Boggle would be very interesting. We could do it with programming related terms, I guess. No, how does Boggle work? It's been a long time since I played Boggle. And thanks for the follow, the grumpy game dev. I wish I could help you. I mean, you could be in the chat and help, right? Throw arrows with names, and if it hits your head, do something. Like, my head? Is that what you mean? That's funny. Thank you, Frankie, man. What terminal? I'm just using iTerm 2. I'm on a Mac. So this is iTerm 2 with the latest updates. The latest updates have... I mean, this was several months ago, but it looks nice. It has, like, the integrated window Chrome instead of having, like, the gray bar. And then I'm using Bash with some custom dot files. The Plink game. Yeah, Alkabot is here, but real Alka is sleeping. Playing HTML files in 2020? Yeah, that's exactly what this is. The thing is, I coded this in about an hour. Not on stream, but I was just like, this would be cool if we could organize Twitch chats by like questions, and when people upvote, it moves to the top, and you can see their picture. And somebody should try commenting right now. So if you do !comment followed by 3, and then your comment, it'll appear threaded on this page. But yeah, this is just plain HTML with Vue. No, hey, Emphy, you stop it. You stop it. But yeah, this is just plain HTML with Vue.js from a CDN. I'm not even using a build tool. Actually, oh, thank you, Emphy. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, so this morning I'm just trying Twitch live stream, mainly because this has nothing to do with YouTube. We're doing Live Coders team overlay stuff. But yeah, I will be streaming to YouTube this weekend. Do not fret. Yes, and this weekend I do plan to work on the inventory database. Generate a matrix of letters. I need to look and see how Boggle works. And hello, Jeff from NYC. Boggle consists of a 4x4 square of letters, then make words based on off of the letters given. Okay, but what if we started with a dictionary of programming words, and we only included... I guess it'd be hard to generate. I mean, it'd be tricky to generate, but we only included puzzles where you could find programming-related words? I don't know. This is my break timer. Take a quick stretch if you've been sitting down for a while. Or stand up. Drink some water. All that good stuff. Yeah, Oh My Zish is cool. If you like Bash, there's also Oh My Bash. I tried to build my own Twitch bot, but couldn't figure out how to integrate Uptime. Do I know how to do this? Yeah, so you basically need something like TMI. So TMI is a wrapper on top of Twitch IRC. So their live chat actually works off of IRC. So you would use this to detect the incoming command, and then you actually need the Twitch API to get the uptime. So you would need to make a request to the Twitch API with the username to get the uptime. And actually, if you remind me, Ben, we can code that today. Because another interesting thing is we have a bot, and his name is Samwise Gardner. So I will admit, I don't know that much about... this is probably going to be like heresy. Like, people are going to freak out. But I don't know that much about... what is it even called? Lord of the Rings. I don't know that much about it. I have seen the movies, but I do know that Samwise Gardner was a steadfast companion and servant. And Saint plays things with the raid. Thank you so much, Saint plays things. Much appreciated. Saint Plays Things is a mod here on the Coding Garden, and he's also a mod on the Coding Train on YouTube. Welcome, everyone. But yes, we have a bot. His name is Samwise Gardner, and he is a loyal servant to the Coding Garden here. And he will be the bot that is responding to all these commands and such. I've been sitting down all night programming. Stand up! Stand up, Frankie. It'd be similar to Connect 4, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna use TMI. And thanks and thanks for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Stop it. Oh, I see. This is the raid message. Great raid message, everyone. You have Rick rolled me in a raid. Great work. Never gonna run around and desert you. Yeah. How to join the Live Coders. Yeah, definitely. So if you check out the Live Coders team page, there is a link to their GitHub. So if you go to twitch.tv/team/livecoders, there is a link to the GitHub here. And on the GitHub, you can open up an issue. They have an issue template, but that issue you can describe your channel. You have to answer a few questions. And one of the requirements is that you are an affiliate. They do make some exceptions. But for the most part, you have to be an affiliate. You have to stream often. You have to be interactive. You have to be nice. But you can submit a membership here, and the team will review it. Come on. Sana says, I haven't even seen Lord of the Rings movies. Okay, so I don't feel that bad. I've at least seen a few of them, but I don't know all of the lore and everything. Oh, nice. Grumpy Game Dev says, I have a Twitch bot that runs on a C library that wraps the IRC stuff. Yeah. And so that's basically what TMI is doing. It's communicating with the Twitch IRC servers, and then you can just use it with plain old JavaScript. Where's Frodo? I'm Frodo. And thanks for the follow, Base Husky. Oh, that's true. I need to fix that. You can't vote on options if you can't see them. You stop it, plop. I'll do a quick scroll so you all can see what. Let me catch up on chat, but then I'll scroll so you can vote on ideas and such. And thanks for the follow, Estim. CJ Raid Command. Oh, nice. And thanks for the follow, Chillax. I used Node.js for my last spot, but I'll try to build one with TMI. Yeah. I mean, TMI works with Node.js. And hello, Chillaxor. And Jeff eventually gets to your issue. So you're telling me I should submit for the team? Yeah, absolutely, St. Place. Like, if you are a live coder on Twitch, I mean, right now they have a monopoly on the team game in terms of live coders. But it is definitely the team to be on. I think one of the greatest benefits is just like having all the other team members as a resource. You get access to a Discord and being listed on the team page. So all the live coder members support each other. They raid each other. People that know about the live coders can go to this team page and see any live coder that's live. So it really helps with building a community and getting people in your channel. So yeah, like if you live code streaming, you should definitely attempt to join. I mean, I meant I'm never gonna get. Thanks, St. Plays, and thanks for the follow, my love. And hello, Chillaxor. That's a cool emote. What is that? Pixel Logic Dev. Nice, 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 nice. Avi says, I forgot to mention when I make videos, I care about quality. Even while everyone is in 4K. That's nice. None of my videos are in 4K. All of my videos are in 1080p, but that's good to hear. I'm thinking of making a Twitch bot that reads a channel on Discord and you mean sends and then sends the message to Twitch? Is that what you mean? The live coders accepted me. I've got Grumpy in my name. I guess that's true. But part of the requirements are just say like that you're open to questions and you're nice to new viewers and stuff like that. And I'm sure you are, the Grumpy Game Dev. And hello, Sonal. I remember my first Twitch bot. C# reading directly from the IRC. Yeah. And hello, Nero. Nice. That's good to hear. Okay, so here's how this little thing works. You can, if you see a suggestion that you like, you can upvote it. So you can do !upvote followed by the number. And if you want to comment on something, you do !comment followed by the number. And if you have an idea, you can submit that with !idea. I should probably put this in my show notes or something. But there's !idea. Stop. There's !upvote and !comment. Okay, so you have 2 seconds to upvote any of these. You use the number on the left. The Grumpy Game Dev. I answer questions right before telling you to get off my lawn. Exactly. Yeah, that's totally fine. Oh yeah, you not only a T-shirt, you get like an esports jersey. So if you've ever seen, yeah, like team esports, like there's that. Is it like Cloud9 or something? I don't know. I don't know anything about gaming or anything, but you get there's a jersey, and actually there is the Live Coder 2019 jersey you can actually buy. It's for sale. That's it. Live Coders esports, custom esports. It's out there. Here it is. No, yeah, here it is. This is the Live Coders jersey from last year, and you can buy it. But I only recently got on the team, so I hope I will most likely be getting the more recent jersey. Nice. In case someone's gonna fact check me, I'm talking about new. Oh yeah, no worries. Okay, what are we? Okay, you have. This is not an idea. Bootleg Jenga. How could we do a version of like a collaborative overlay Jenga? That could be interesting. I'm trying to. So like the drop game is a very simple concept. Like shout out to Instafluff, who is a member of the Live Coders team, twitch.tv/Instafluff. He invented the drop game. It's called Penguin Drop on his stream. And it's a very simple concept. Yeah, shout out to Instafluff. So anybody can drop, it lands, you get points. It's super fun, even though I mean the amount of interaction from the chat is kind of just sending a command, and from there it's fairly random. So that's the kind of game idea I'm looking for. Like what is one simple command that could be sent that does something interesting on the screen, like the drop game. But yeah. Duck stay, duck go, duck stay, duck go. Okay, simple mini golf. You type golf, you shoot your ball across the course. We'll have random barriers you have to move around. This is actually pretty. I kind of like this because it could be at the bottom of the screen here, and also I guess instead of like cluttering the screen up, it's almost like you join a queue to be able to play, but then the obstacles get generated randomly. That would be cool. I like this idea, Wolfie. Teach how to create awesome stuffs for a Twitch channel. Absolutely. I guess I'm kind of doing that right now. Upvote the Plink idea. So that's the thing. I don't want to take any more of Instafluff's ideas because he has the Plink game as too, the Plink game too, which is super cool. It's like, is it called Plinko? Plinko? Yes, which originated on The Price is Right. It's very similar to that, but you can drop an emote and it goes through. Plinko is cool, but I want it to be Coding Garden exclusive. I mean, anybody else can use it, but I want it to be here first, is the thing. Bootleg Jinka. My idea is really... Yeah, no worries, CS Orlandi. Create a Chrome extension that creates an overlay on the Twitch player and detects users' clicks inside the video and then writes in the chat message with the position of the click and use that to make something in the stream overlay. Not sure what would be more cool. Here's the thing. I've thought about this before because what you could do on the... yeah, you could have a Twitch overlay game here that... I know that Twitch plugins can show up as a little button. I don't know if they can be the entire size of the Twitch embed. But if they can, then you absolutely could detect like mouse movements on top of here. And then that could be relayed to my server. And then instead of even an overlay, I could have something on my screen that shows hotspots or shows where people are clicking or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to look into that, the Twitch plugin API. I don't know if you can build something that overlays the entire area. You can have a full screen and you can have mouse movement. Okay, that's cool. That's a great idea. Use handlebars at least. Are we talking about in this app? It is. So if you look in the actual Vue.js area, it is using like handlebar syntax. But this stuff up here was not parameterized. That's just text. Hello, Lightbam. Welcome. You definitely could with just a Chrome extension, but it would be nice to have it just as a general Twitch extension that anyone can use. Why you do this? Dig to search for gold. You can land on a mine and randomly blow up. That is a decent idea. I like how like it doesn't require that much interaction. You just say dig, and then maybe like your emote pops up and like goes into a little hole or something like that. Yeah, I like it. And here's a good one: throw arrows with names, and if it hits your head, do something. The thing is, it would be very tricky to try and I guess we've talked about it before. Like technically, so I have this webcam right here. I could technically point this at me as well, and we could use that input in a browser source because it doesn't have to be my HD camera. Like we could use that as a browser source. Use like face detection to detect where my face is. And then if emotes come in or some sort of drop happens, they'll actually bounce off of me. My idea is first, yeah. See you later. See you soon, Sonny. So yeah, this is cool, but it would be complex. But it would be really cool if the things actually like bounced off of my head or something like that. And I really like this idea for the live coders: a school bus that goes from left to right with all the new member names. Yeah, I think it's great. Okay. Let's try to start writing some code, and I'll share this link to the jersey. It's really cool. It's like a sports team. You can support the live coders team by buying a jersey and wearing it around. Take a challenge for inaccurate body detection. Yeah. Okay. Let's code a bot. We need some code. I'm gonna close all of that. All right, and I am going to code this as a standalone project so that other live coder team members could use it if they want to. So let's say live coder shout out bot. That's the wrong thing. All right, I think, so we could have a client server aspect of this. Like we could have a backend server that potentially has a database to keep track of who it said hello to. But I think we're just going to store that in memory. To make it very simple. Like when you start the bot up, it'll just keep track of the last time it saw that member, and if it's less than 30 minutes ago, it'll give them a shout out. I think that's what we'll do. It'll be super simple. Oh, nice, Sana. That's good to hear. And you can help us test it out. I guess, are you on the live coders team? I don't know if I've ever seen you live. Sana Rinomi. Yeah, I think when I don't like this about Twitch, but when you're hosting someone, it doesn't show like your like live coders link or anything like that. Why does Twitch do that? It's gone, but I believe you, and you have it right there. You're a live coders team member. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, I don't use Linux. I'm on a Mac right now. Time for my P5 course. All right, see you later. iSaints plays things. Yeah, no, yeah, that's awesome. But Twitch, and I think it happened on my channel too. Well, no, when you're hosting someone, for whatever reason, it doesn't actually show that information. Okay, regardless, let's go. I'm going to do npm init, which will create our package JSON. We're doing this with node.js. And in here, we can install the things we need. So really, we're just going to install tmi.js. And if you go to tmi.js.com, they show you how easy it is to get set up. And we are going to use the Oauth token authorization because we want our bot to send a message in the channel. But for now, this should be all we need. Let's install TMI. We are also going to need to reach out to the Twitch API. So I don't know if any Twitch API aficionados are watching, but I was looking at the new Twitch API, and I didn't find an endpoint for team members. I only see it on, I guess it's the V5 API. Quick stretch. Quick stretch. Oh, hey, ATD. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. And no worries, I totally understand. These are hectic times for a lot of people, so thanks for dropping by. But yes, the new Twitch API. I bet whoever co-authored that library is super cool. Yeah, so Alka is a Live Coders team member, and he is the maintainer of the TMI.js library. Can I make a Twitch bot that comments on other streams? You absolutely can. You might get banned if you do things in the wrong way, but yes. So part of creating this bot is it can almost just behaves as a user account. So this bot can join any Twitch channel and send messages in any Twitch channel. Yeah. Yeah, so I could potentially scrape the Live Coders team page. And the thing is, if you go to this page and you start to scroll, it does an infinite scroll effect. So it most likely is hitting an API to get this list of users. However, it is against the terms of service of Twitch to use undocumented API endpoints. So I'm not even going to open the dev tools. No, so that's the great thing about the Live Coders team. I found the Live Coders team about 6 months ago, and the majority of, I would say, JavaScript is not very common. Like, it's like C# is pretty common. There's a lot of C++. There's some Python. Like, they have all sorts of languages are represented on the Live Coders team. And before I saw the Live Coders team, I really thought there were a lot more like web development focused channels out there, but apparently there's a lot more like C# and all that other good stuff too, which is great. It's great to have a variety of things. But okay, I don't think I'm going to do scraping. I don't want to do anything against the terms of service, but there is the new Twitch API, and just looking at the reference, I don't really see anything. Wait, is that my? Oh yeah, that is my channel. I don't see anything related to teams. Yeah, but if you look at the documentation for Twitch API v5 here, they do have a Teams endpoint, Teams reference. And this is an API endpoint you can hit to get a list of team members. Now, yeah, so v5, wait. Know that v5 is deprecated and will be shut down in the future. We prefer that you migrate directly to the new Twitch API. So that's the issue. So the new Twitch API, I can't seem to find a Teams API endpoint. However, version 5, I can find it. Here's what we're going to do. For the sake of time, we're going to use the v5 endpoint, but if we find a newer endpoint, we'll update our code in the future. So basically, we need to hit that endpoint. And for our code, we need something to make those requests. And for that, I'm just going to use a library called Axios. I would say the library for creating bots is probably TMI. This is a bit lower level because it really just gives you access to the IRC messaging interface. However, you should check out, is it called Comfy.js? Instafluff has a library that, here it is. Instafluff wrote Comfy.js, which actually wraps TMI.js, but it's a higher level wrapper, and they have things like on command. So this helps you with detecting when certain commands were used, whereas if you're using TMI, you have to write that code yourself to detect commands. But you should definitely check out Comfy.js. Not that. Not that. That. What is V5? Version 5 of the library? Is that what you mean? Unleash the Kraken. Yes, that's what we'll be doing. Okay, so like I mentioned, we're going to use Axios to make the requests. There's a lot of other things. There's a lot of things we could use, but we need to make HTTP requests. Axios is really easy to do that. So that's what we're going to use. Let's go ahead and set up a source directory. And inside of that, we're going to create a new file called index.js. This is going to be our bot entry point. For now, we'll just log hello world. And I'm going to go ahead and install a linter because I want to make sure I have good code style. So npm i-g ESLint. I meant libraries to create bots for your own websites, not for Twitch. Oh, not that I know of. I don't really know. Yeah. And thanks for the follow, Heapwalker and Fubar. Sana says, I use Axios, but now use node fetch since it's almost identical. I did too, but the issue with fetch is that it doesn't automatically throw errors on non-200 status codes. You have to write that code yourself, which is a little cumbersome. And you also have to parse the response yourself, whereas Axios takes care of all of that. So for a while, I was just using node fetch, but I'm back to using Axios because I don't really want to write all of that helper code. And I've actually written a library that wraps fetch to make it behave a little bit more like Axios. It's called EasyFetch, but I'm just gonna use Axios. So, but this basically it tells you what it does here. So it inspects the content type and automatically parses the response. It throws an error if the response isn't 200, and it will stringify the JSON body because you have to do that manually with node fetch. Team isomorphic fetch, yeah. And what's up, Doc? Good morning. Good morning. Axios isn't maintained at all, but the thing is, it works. It's a very simple library, and it works. I don't think we're not going to have a debate about what I should use because it's literally just going to work. Okay, we installed ESLint. Let's create a linter file. npx ESLint --init. Enforce code style. We're using well. All right. Should we use import-export syntax? The thing is, if we use import-export syntax, you have to be using at least Node version 12. But it could... I'm not giving you the option. We're going to use import-export in syntax. The thing is, I have a feeling some of the libraries we try to install, we're going to have an issue with... Okay, we're going to try it. Latest and greatest. We're not doing any front-end code. Import, export, and ES2020. All right, we're going to do it. Does my project use TypeScript? Does it? No, it doesn't. And we're running in Node. And I'm just going to use the Airbnb style guide. ES6 is nice. I agree. I really like I call it the latest and greatest. It technically came out in 2015, but there are still JavaScript developers that do not use the latest and greatest. SonarLint? Is that the name of a style guide? What is SonarLint? I stay with require simply because I can't be bothered to learn import export. The thing is, it works the same for the most part. There's like one gotcha where with require and module.exports, destructuring imports is just destructuring an object. Whereas import and export syntax, when you do destructuring, it's destructuring a module, which is a little bit different than destructuring an object. And it's like a minor little detail that will like really mess you up. Oh, SonarLint is a lint plugin. I see. I should try check.js true for TS type checking of normal.js. Okay. Where do I put that? Like that? I'll look it up. ESLint check.js. Or is that an editor config? Let me know, Doc. I don't know exactly where that goes or how to use it. I'm gonna remove it for now. Okay, so we've got some basic linting. Let's go ahead and just try to write a function that makes the request to get all the team members. So let's do this. I'll just have a separate file called like Twitch API. And this is where we'll put all of our API calls. And in here, we're going to import Axios. Like that. And if we look at the Axios docs, you can create a like a base configuration that calls all of the same API endpoints. So we could create a base Axios instance that uses like the Kraken base URL, and then it'll simplify our calls. Make a file in the root called jsconfig with all of these things. Is this specifically for TypeScript? And hello, Nicotechnic. Yeah, we're doing chatbots. TypeScript it's okay. I just don't like to use it all of the time. Let's try it. It's built into VS Code. Okay. jsconfig.json. Oh, I think we have a syntax issue. Yeah, no trailing comma because this is JSON. Oh, there are multiple. Prettier? There we go. All right, let's try this. A equals 2. B equals wat. Log A plus B. Do we get any sort of type error? Where am I going to see these type errors, Doc? All right, see you later, Sana. Thanks for hanging out with us. And hopefully we can get this bot going. You can try it out, too. And thanks for the follow, Pcarth. Axios is a library for any sort of RESTful API. Anything you need to make HTTP requests to, it's not specific to Twitch. And thanks for the follow, Ebenezer Prime. Yeah, all kinds of HTTP requests. Yep, well, this isn't totally new. I've been using it for a few videos, but it's called Just Black. Oh, sorry about that, Ravikel. I'm only live on Twitch today. Only Twitch. And hello, Eric Coder. All right, I don't know what that JS... if I have the jsconfig.json, it should show up in VS Code. But I guess what sort of type checking do we get? I don't know. Let's just get the Axios API going. We'll pull up the Axios docs, or at least their npm description. Yeah, so you could just use it directly, so like .git.post to call an API, but you can also create an instance. Like, well, not that. I am not partnered on Twitch yet. I submitted an application. Here we go, axios.create. And thanks for the follow, Leonard. Okay. So we can do this, and we'll call this Twitch API. And then the base URL is going to be Kraken. It's going to be this, like that. And then we can have a function called like get teams or get team, pass in the team name, and then that should do the business. And then we're just going to export. We're going to export this function like that. It's probably complaining about like default exports. Yeah, the issue is we're probably going to have multiple functions, and then we'll export each one of those. So like function get channel, and you take in the channel name. This is like a function we could use to get the uptime of a channel, but my linter is complaining because I don't have multiple exports. So we're just going to do that to do it. Okay, so for get team, I did see that. Yeah, so if you have been using the Twitch API, it used to be that some endpoints only required a client ID, but coming April 30th, you will need to pass in OAuth credentials to all requests. Yeah. We are building a bot that will detect when any of the LiveCoder team members are in my channel. To do it. But right now, we're going to call the Twitch API to get a list of all team members of the LiveCoders team. So get teams and then team name. And it looks like there are no query parameters. So does it just give us all of them in one go? Yeah, and I'm at least going to have to specify an OAuth ID. Okay, but this is ultimately the endpoint that we want to hit. So because we're going to use this base Axios instance, we should just be able to do Twitch API.get, and then we just pass in the path. So like this, teams slash the team name. And we're going to make this an async function. We'll destructure the data property, which is like what we get back from it, and we'll await it. And we will just return that data. Now, I am going to... so whoever calls this function, that's who's going to do the try catch. That's who's going to do the error handling. But for now, this function will just call the API and send back the response. Git team. Yes. Cool. So, I think the other thing we can do in the Axios setup is like set up headers with our Auth token and such. So we can probably get that going. But here in index.js, I'm just going to import in Twitch. Well, no, I can destructure it. Well, actually, I could do this. I could say import star as Twitch API from Twitch API. And then I should be able to do Twitch API.getTeam, right? And then pass in something like live coders. And that should give me back the result. So this is an async function, meaning it returns a promise. For now, we're just going to do it in line here to make sure it's working. So we'll .then it. We'll say like result. And actually, let's just console log it. And then we'll catch it if there was an error. With Axios, it attaches the JSON response to the error. So we're just going to do console.error with error.response. And that should do it. This needs to be just that. So get it. If it's successful, log it out. If it's not successful, log out the error response. The best way to use TypeScript, any for all types. All right, I missed some things. Let's catch up. To do, exist. Yeah, I think we're existing right now. Twitch is using the GraphQL API in production. You can see it on the network tab. Yeah, and I was mentioning earlier that it's against their terms of service to use any undocumented endpoints. So we're not even going to mess around with that. We're going to use the official docs. We're going to do the best we can. If you fetch a web page, it gets the source code, right? It won't load any scripts. Exactly. If you're just using an HTTP request library, you're going to get back the HTML response. You'll probably see links to JavaScript and files in CSS, but a regular old request library is not going to follow all of those links. You could use something like Puppeteer or some sort of automation library that technically like loads the entire page into like a DOM that can then run the scripts and stuff like that. But yeah, by default, you're just going to get the initial response. Oh, nice. Pranjal solved day 23 in the 30 days leak code. Good to hear. Can't hear to do it now without hearing it with a flex. Do it now? Oh, nice, Brandon. I'll take a look. Yeah, we have the Rickroll Hall of Fame here. Because I've been Rickrolled many times here on stream. Days since last Rickroll, 9. Though technically, I pretty much got rickrolled last night, so this number's gonna go down. But yeah, I'll take a look in a bit. Yeah, and right now I have to provide an auth header. I'll show you really quick. If I try to run this code, we should get an error. Oh, never mind. I need to set my module type to, my type to module in my package.json, just so this import-export syntax will work. So in here, I can say, like, type is a module, like that. All right, cannot find module Twitch API. The ESM loader is experiment. Wait. Which version of Node am I using? 13.3. What's the latest version? 14. All right, we're going to go with 14. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my node modules. And I'm going to, wait, I realize you can't see any of this. I'm going to install the latest version of Node. I use a tool called NVM, which is Node Version Manager, and I can just do NVM install 14, and it'll grab the latest major version, which right now is 14.0. And then we can use that. We'll install node modules with that. So now we're using version 14. We'll install our dependencies, and then we'll give it a try. Error, team name undefined. I'd like to see that error. Okay, cannot find module, livecoder shoutout source Twitch API. What did I do wrong? I knew we were gonna have issues to try to use this import export syntax. So I called the file. Oh, do I need to specify? Let's see. What if I just try to destructure it? Git team. Like that. All right. Anybody that knows JS module syntax, what am I doing wrong? I'll put this to the right, and we'll catch up on chat. I don't know. To force TypeScript checking, you can put @tscheck on the first line. Oh, okay. I will do that. You can do it in both files, I guess. Gazaija is asking, how does the console log work without anything else? So git team returns a promise, and when that promise resolves, it will call .then, and it will any function that you pass into that .then will be invoked or called with the result of this promise. So doing this is the same thing as doing like putting in a little function that says we get the result and then we pass that into console.log. It's just a shorthand because basically we're invoking console.log with the result itself. Oh, that's me. Hey, Robin, what do you mean that's you? Where? Oh, on the Rickrolls? Yeah. You were one of the first, I think. Why is it snowing? Because our other drop game is broken. I'm gonna turn it off because it's a little weird. They are not joking. 14.0. I have not scrolled the chat. I was catching up. Yeah, NVM is great. Enormous lag. That's unfortunate. I think it might just be, I don't know. Oh, okay. Import star as Axios from Axios. Let's try that. Nope. Does adding JS to Twitch API make a difference? Let's see. Axios.create is not a function. So I think it does. So here's the thing. Typically, look at that. It worked. But typically, when you're importing things in JavaScript, you don't have to specify the file type. But what we probably should do is name this like we should do the ES. Is it ESM? Is the file extension? And then we'll name this ESM as well, just to let people know that hey, we're using ECMAScript modules. Is it JSM? I need to look it up. So I could create functions with const, but my style preference is whoa, my screen turned off. Hopefully it turns back on. Here we go. There we go. But my style preference is if I have a standalone function. Come on. Okay. If I have a standalone function, I prefer to use the function keyword. If I have like an anonymous function or a function that's just being passed in as like a callback, I'll use arrow functions, but I do prefer this syntax. I'll be streaming for about another hour or so. Yep, black screen, gone. Screen's out. It went dark. We're back. Is it MJS? All right, I did the wrong thing. Let's call it .mjs. I'll say, for anybody watching, this is totally new to me. Like, typically, with node.js, we just name our files .js, and instead of using import and export syntax, we use require syntax. But it's technically supported, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, so apparently, I have to actually specify the file extension. I do not like that. Wait. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Let's go back without the file extension. Because now I have to do JSM. MJS. Jeez. We'll figure this out. All right, I fixed it. Calm down, everyone. I did add type module to the package JSON, which is why I don't know why this isn't working. Yeah, type module. Yeah. Am I missing the quote? You know what? All right. Cool. But now I am missing that. No. It's not Is it JSM? MJS. I can't get used to this. I really can't get used to this. And that works. But why do I have to specify the extension? Is that just a part of modules? Will require be deprecated eventually? I don't know. I think there are incompatibilities between the way require and module.exports works under the hood versus where ECMAScript modules work. And ECMAScript modules support like asynchronous importing and loading, whereas require and exports does not. So I don't know. The code is trolling me. Christmas tree and snowing. What is happening? I'll turn it back on. Let me turn it back on. There it is. Try 13. I just installed version 14. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch is beautiful. Got tired of debugging my code, so I just watched CJ debug his code. We've written like 4. This is the thing. This is what happens on this channel. We write like 4 lines of code. Yeah, MJS is an abbreviation from Michael Jackson script, and apparently it will not stick. I keep writing EJS. I don't know. We should start panicking. Solution will then find us. All right. I mean, do you know, Doc? Like, why do I have to specify the file extension? I guess I could look it up, but I really don't like the fact that I have to put the file extension right here. And what is ESLint complaining about? Unexpected use of file extension. Oh, okay, import extensions. I'll just disable this rule. Woo! All right, thank you, Kuzi. I'll check it out in a second, but that's probably it. Like, basically, to be explicit, you have to specify MJS. Otherwise, it might not know if that file is using require or exports or something like that. But yeah, let's check it out. A file extension must be provided when using the import keyword. I see. Okay. It's good to know. This is good to know. This would have been good to know 10 minutes ago, but it's good to know. Indexes must also be fully specified. So that's a little cumbersome because with require and module.exports, you actually can leave off index.js if there's only one file in the folder called index. Yeah. This behavior matches how import behaves in the browser environments, assuming a typically configured server. Okay. Fine with me. So, MJS. We must remember MJS. And, all right. Good. Now, back to coding. What would happen if I clicked the link in the chat manager and didn't copy it to the browser? I have some I have some hooks in the Electron app that detect when you try to do navigation, and it actually blocks the navigation from happening. Yeah, see, like blocked navigation. Also, if somehow cross-site scripting was able to get through, I try to detect that as well, and I block it from executing. Why not use JavaScript files? I guess I can now. That's what I'm gonna do. So, because you have to specify it, I am gonna just do JS, because MJS is just weird to me, and this should still work, right? No, gotta call it .js. Yeah, it still works. But why is this complaining? I am not. Why would you say that? I'm a happy person. And that's what you mean by that. Unable to resolve path Twitch API.js. I don't believe you, ESLint. Come on. Okay, there we go. ESLint was just a little bit behind. Okay. What now? All right, what we need now is an OAuth token. So as you can see in the response there, it says no client ID specified. I guess it does. I am very happy, and that is the technical meaning of the term. So yeah. Hey, be nice. I'm like, they had some nice emotes in their chat. I'm sure that they didn't mean anything harmful by it. Be nice. And hello, Sid. Welcome. Okay, so we can see no client ID specified. So we need some actual credentials to be able to call this API. So I am going to install a dev dependency of .env, so that way I can specify my Twitch OAuth token, and I won't commit it to source code. But I can specify a Twitch OAuth token, and then we'll use that in the request. So let's create a .env file. We'll say Twitch OAuth token. It's going to look like this. And what I'm going to do while I'm thinking about it is we're going to create an env.sample so that when someone else comes along, they know what needs to be in their .env file. Like that. Oh, thank you, Fubar. Edgy. Yeah, and we don't need to ban Yep. They've been on the channel for a long time. We can just time them out. The thing is, I don't have any rules like posted in my chat, and I don't have any like rules posted below the video, because for the most part, everyone behaves, right? And I feel like maybe it's not true, but I feel like if you actually post rules, then trolls try to find ways to break the rules. So I just don't post any rules at all. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not necessarily an insult. The thing is, they could have meant it that way, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this is the sample file. If anybody pulls down our repo, they'll see this and be like, oh, I need a .env file with some value inside of it. I'm going to need to go get a token. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and create a Git Ignore so that I don't commit my node modules and I don't commit my .env, because that would be bad. Oh, a Coding Garden raid message copy? You should turn it into a Twitch extension. Nice. Hashtag use short mode. Copy. Look at that. Nice, Imphy. That's great. We need a bot command that'll send that link whenever we're about to raid. Okay. Now I need an OAuth token. There is this nice little built-in tool called Auth token generator. Oh, why wasn't that a Rickroll? It could have been a Rickroll. So, oh yeah, and for those of you that missed it earlier, the name of our bot is Samwise Gardener, who is a steadfast companion and servant of Coding Garden with CJ. All right, Twitch OAuth generator. The long con. Yeah, it could have been a Rickroll. So, you technically can follow the Twitch documentation for generating an OAuth token. Like, you could go up here to authentication, and there's basically a multi-step flow for getting a token. But I like to use that OAuth token generator because it's fairly easy. And then once we have the token, it is a long-lived token, meaning we don't have to refresh it. And we can just use that token to communicate with Twitch for TMI, like the IRC interface, and to the API. So we're gonna I think this is the one. OAuth password generator. We might need actually two different ones. We might need an OAuth token and an OAuth password. So Twitch now requires that you log into RSC using an OAuth token instead of your plain text password. Use this tool to generate an OAuth token to authenticate to Twitch. What's the difference between that and this? I see. I think I think I can use this generated token in the API request as well. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, yeah, but careful with your language. It can be taken in certain ways. No worries, Dipopom. Sorry it took a while to tune in. This dot. Yeah, that's what I was about to do. We're going to hide my screen because this is very secret information. If you have this token, you could basically act on behalf of this Samwise Gardner bot here. So you definitely want this to be secret. So I'm going to hide my screen. We'll turn the drop game on. That. And here we go. Click connect. It's a whole lot of permissions, but we're going to authorize it. All right, so I have the token. I'm going to put it in my .env file, and you cannot see it. You will not be able to see it. The thing is, we can add a raid command to this bot, and it'll paste the raid command. I like it. Okay, so my .env has that inside of it now. Now when I call the Twitch API, look, whoa, some of those drops just got thrown up. All right, I'm going to show my screen now. Let me make sure. No, wait, nothing else is being displayed. Here we go. So we now need to specify some sort of token in the header, and I believe if we look at authentication over here, we can see. Like making a request with a token. Send the token in your API request. Here we go. So, oh, I see. So right now I have an OAuth token, which is technically for Kraken. This is the older version of the API. And this is what I need to do. I need to specify an authorization header with my access token. Yeah, and I did add my .env to my Git Ignore. Okay, so now that I have that, I should be able to add in, I believe I can do like headers. Yeah, look at this. Look at this TypeScript completion. So we want some headers, and we want the authorization header. And the authorization header is going to be this, OAuth space our token. Twitch OAuth token. Like that. And then this is not defined, so we need to bring it in. So one thing we'll do is just in the main file, like index.js, we will import in .env. Actually, I guess I can destructure it. Like that. And then I should be able to invoke config. .env should be listed in the project's dependencies, not dev dependencies. Well, okay, we could do that. We're just gonna move it. We're gonna move it. So right now I installed it as a dev dependency, but it's telling us we need it as a regular dependency. So I'm gonna move it there. Cool. So this should work. And actually, can I just do this? Yeah, I'll do that. It's a little more explicit. But what that does is it reads in our .env file so we can use those environment variables. And then in this file, I'm going to actually access them. So I'll say that equals process.env. That should have all of our environment variables on it. And we're going to destructure the Twitch OAuth token from our environment variables. What is this saying? Cannot find name process. Do you need to install type definitions? I don't, because I'm not actually using TypeScript. Yeah, so we could do this, but then we're mixing like require and import syntax. I don't know. You can specify a path to the config. Let's see if we get like autocomplete for the config function. Yeah, so you can pass in options, which can have a path, but by default, it looks for a file called .env. So we're just going to leave it as that. Why is a separate bot needed for this as opposed to adding this to another bot you have developed with Alka? That other bot that we developed with Alka, I'm not really using, and the main purpose of that was to show like how you could create a bot that can belong to multiple channels and send commands in multiple channels. I am coding this in a way where it pretty much only works with one channel, but it will be configurable so anyone else can spin it up and choose what channel they want to point it at. Oh, nice. Have a good house search. And I guess be safe out there. Wear a mask. This is like a really weird time to buy a house. I've seen like a lot of houses for sale around here, and I just think like that's got to be bad for like the realtors and people trying to find a home. Yeah. I am not a robot. Yeah, that's why. So if it's not named .env, you will have to specify it. Okay, now let's see if it works. So to the terminal. Node. No client ID specified. So we are specifying the authorization. I'm going to hide my screen for a second. Let me make sure I spelled it right. Yeah, I spelled it right. And I'm now going to log the token with my screen hidden just to make sure that it's actually being read in. It's not. It is undefined. Yeah, my token is undefined. Why is that? I've got my .env file. All right, see you later, Pixa. Thanks for hanging out with us. So I added a Twitch Oauth token because I'm not going to specify the client ID because I want to reuse the same token for the actual bot commands. However, this .env.config did not work. I guess I could specify the file. Oh, I see. I know exactly why. Here. I know exactly why. I'll show you why. Here. And let me make sure I'm not logging the token anymore. Does anyone else know why? I'll show you why. So, line 5 is where I actually read in the .env file, but I import the function on line 3. It's time to wake up. We are awake, though. So because I do the import first, this is trying to read in the OAuth token before it was actually pulled into my environment. So this this line needs to go right here. And now this... I can't. This is what I got to do. I have to do this. I don't like how many errors I'm getting from my linter. Import .env/config. You take. I woke up early enough and I felt like coding a Twitch bot. You don't like that amount of linting errors? Delete the linter. The thing is that the code should work now. So now I should be able to log the response. There shouldn't be an error. We should get back a big old array of team members. Wait. Okay. I am rage quitting import export syntax. we're gonna use requires and exports because I've never had this many issues. Here, we're gonna say Axios equals require Axios. Done. Over in our package JSON, we're gonna get rid of type module. Done. In our index.js, we're going to require in.env. Less than 20 lines of code. And we'll call .config. And then after that, we're going to require in this. Coding tantrum with CJ. Yes. I just like, the code is so simple. I hate it when I have to go through so much and the stuff doesn't work. All right. Unexpected token export. All right, we have to fix that. So Twitch API, now this will just be a module.exports. So we'll have some functions. And then here we'll say module.exports coding tantrum with CJ, day 2. Git channel and git team. Like that. It doesn't work. Okay, so that might have been for the wrong reasons. I'm going to hide my screen again and make sure that it actually is reading in the .env. Back to square one. Yep. I just want to get this working, doc, and I don't know why it's not reading in my environment variables. I did remove type in package.json. And thanks for the follow, Veneral. Use the path? What do you mean? I did install .env. Come on. All right, so yeah, my Oauth token is being read in now. But I guess apparently, maybe you can't use the Oauth token in a Twitch API request? That could be the issue. Share my environment variables so we can help you debug. No, no. Yeah, it could be that you actually cannot use the Oauth token in well, it says I'm missing my yes, yes. I need the Oauth token and the client ID, not just one. Yes, okay, that's why it's broken. All right, we're gonna go back to ES modules. Forget everything that just happened. Just forget that I removed a bunch of code. When I show you my screen again, we're gonna be back to where we were before, and everything's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. Everything's gonna be great. Control Z 100. We're gonna pretend that the last 5 minutes did not happen. Git revert. No, I mean, we haven't committed anything yet. Is this funny, coding pasta? Is it? All right, and we're going to here. Also, when we come back, when you see my screen in a second, my code is gonna look even better. Brings out the neuralizer. This is gonna be the best code you've ever seen. Here we go. Do I really need to install types node? I guess I do. I'm gonna end up using TypeScript in this project anyways. The last 5, oh, it's just so relatable. The last 5 minutes did not happen. Okay. I'm almost ready. And we're back. So, when you're calling the Twitch API, of course, if you look at their documentation, of course, you need to pass in your OAuth token and the client ID. So, we are going to go into our .env, our sample here, and we need another Twitch client ID. And we can specify the Twitch client ID there to be able to use this token with the API. So your client ID here. And then wait. Is that it? Maybe it's not. Yeah, it is. So now we also need to specify the client ID in the request. So, well, yeah, we should. Okay. So, we're going to bring in that we're going to bring in that client ID. And then in our API as well, we're going to need to specify that as well. So we have a header called client ID, and then that's going to look like this. And then it'll just have some client ID like that. So we can say Twitch client ID like that. But now I need to go get that client ID. So I'm going to hide my screen for a second, and then it's all going to work. It's all going to be just fine and dandy. One moment. One moment. What happens if I enable Quokka? Everything will break. Everything will break. All right, we're grabbing a client ID. We're going to put that in our .env. And all will be right with the world. Just a second. Oh, man. Oh, man. This used to be a Vue.js stream. Wait, what? Why is this so hard? We haven't even started writing the bot yet. We're just trying to get the teams. What? What? This stream is a roller coaster of emotions. I blame Alka. I mean, so we haven't even touched TMI.js yet. Like right now, we're just trying to call the Twitch API. This is why you use Mixer. Okay, so help me debug this. So we finally have the Twitch client ID. Great. We have this function called get team. It's going to make the request. Initially, I was destructuring data here, but there's that. And then index.js calls the function, and it .thens it. So it waits for the result, and then we try to log the result. But somehow, it's just logging undefined. So this is an async function. Should I turn off the translator bot? I can do that. Should I do that right now? Hashtag disable chat translator. All right, this is ridiculous. Why is this so hard? All right, the function gets called, okay. We're attempting to await the result. What the heck? Oh, it could, okay. I think it's actually calling the catch. What's happening here? Invalid value undefined for header client ID. Okay. Did I spell it right? Gosh darn it. No, it is undefined. I mean, how is that undefined? It's in my .env. What are you talking about? Dueling frustration with CJ. But, you know, I think, like, where we went wrong was deciding to use import exports. I blame import exports. We're still calling config before we bring it in. I guess I might need to wrap it in double quotes. .env.config in the file. I mean, I could, but it brings it into okay, I have an idea, and this is gonna fix everything, and it's probably the better way to do things. All right, are you ready? Here's what we're gonna do. Here's my screen again. Okay, welcome back to Coding Garden with CJ. What we should do, and what we should have done from the beginning, is create a file called config, and that one file is where we will bring in our .env, export an object, and we will use that object in all of the files that we need it in. This is also going to give us some strong typing in the other files, so they know what environment variables are available. And hello, Aaron. Welcome to the Coding Garden. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this in up here. So in our config.js, we will bring in .env and call .env.config, but the way that we're doing this right here from our process.env, that's actually what we are going to export from this config file. So we'll say like const config equals this object. Well, actually, no. First, we'll destructure the things from our process.env, and then we will just export default. We're going to export an object that has all of those environment variables on it, like so. There we go. So this one file reads in the .env and then exports an object with those properties. And now, over here in Twitch API, we'll actually import this file in. So we're going to import config from config.js, like so. And then we can destructure it from config. Watch it still. No, it's going to work. It's going to work amazingly well. So now, when this file runs, it's going to import that file and get those things straight out of it. And actually, let's not even destructure it. The cool thing about this is we also get type completion. So I can actually do config dot, and it tells me the two things that are available to me. Right? Config dot Twitch client ID. Great. Awesome. So that works. And then in the future, if I need these items in any other file, I can just import that in. It's going to work. First try. It's going to work. It's going to work. Beware, it will work. Yes! I mean, it technically didn't, it worked better than before. We're getting this 410 error. No, not first try. What we need to do is we need to specify like version 5. We need to specify a version 5 content type or something like that, but we're making much better progress. Success is imminent. A new error is always progress. Absolutely. So we're getting this 410 error that says it's time to do something and serve version 3, and I'm all out of version 3. What does that even mean? Yeah, I need to specify my accept type. There we go. Thank you, everyone. But let me just point it out in the docs. So for everyone else trying to figure this out, Twitch v5, right here, requests. For client IDs created after a certain date, the only available version is the API version 5. For client IDs created prior to that, we need to use this as the accept header. We're basically telling it, hey, we're not trying to contact that old API. We want version 5. Please give us the version 5 response. So that's what we're going to do. And so as a part of our headers as well, we're going to say accept. And we'll specify that. Now, is it going to work? I think it's going to work. I have so much confidence that it's going to work. I'm going to remove all of my debugging logs. And if we go back to index, we should get back the team's results right here. Here we go. Ta-da! We got the teams! Or the team, we got all the team members. Awesome. Here's what I want to do. I want to log the length. Yay! Dap, dap, dap. Took us an hour and a half. Thanks for pointing that out, Jan. I do want to log the team length. Oh, result.data.length. Let's see. And actually, I'm scared that I revealed my token up there, so we're gonna rerun this command. We got the teams! So I think it gives us like a data property, so we have to do like data.data. Can't even see it, but I'm guessing that we actually get a data property. Clip it. CJ dabbing emoji. Okay, so we actually want to return data.data, like that. And then over here, we can just log the length. Act like I never saw dabbing. I'm just trying to verify that we get back all of the team members in one request. Cannot read property length of m undefined. All right, we're going to go back to the documentation. Users. Users is the command we want. Or is the thing that the property we want. There we go. 148. And I think there are 148 team members, so we're good to go. That was the main thing I wanted to verify was, in a single response, are we getting everyone back? And we are. Look at that, 148. Great, 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 great. So that's awesome. And now we need to do something with that. For the sake of not calling the API over and over, just a quick little thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the team members in a JSON file, just so that way we can inspect it and see what properties are there, and we don't have to keep calling the API. So let's try to import FS. I've never done this before with this type of syntax. And we're just going to do a write file sync. We want team.json is the name of the file. The data itself is going to be json.stringify. Yeah, just for debugging. The result. And we'll format it with a 2-space tab. And this is in UTF-8 encoding. So we're just going to do that. Call it. It's done, and we should have a nice little file called team.json. There it is. And we have all our people. Look, there's Mary Jo, and Dan Siegel, and Injayo, and Beachcast. Let's see, is Coding Garden? There's Coding Garden. Nice. So each one of these little objects has an ID. And this is most likely what we will use to detect if there is a team member in the chat. Because the TMI.js interface will give us the ID of the user, and we can cross-reference that with our list of teams. Why not username? I guess we could. Or we could use name. I'm just going to use the ID, because it's better. It's better, that's why. Cool. All right, now we can actually get the TMI.js stuff going. And this is the code that we need. Like so. And we'll comment this out. We're going to use that again in a second. IDs are better. They're more unique, right? Let's fix all our linter errors by default. And we're not going to require it in. We're going to import TMI from TMI.js. Now, how does this... Well, okay, never mind. I was like, how is this going to work? Because it's actually a module that has the name.js, but it's not a relative path. Cool. Went up? Oh. Yeah, with the snowflake drop game, you can potentially be yeeted in the upwards direction. That is very possible. Yeah, changes to name could break things, so we're just gonna go by ID. Okay, so we have our TMI client. Why is this? What is this complaining about? Only a void function can be called with the new keyword. You know what, TypeScript? You need to stop it. Stop it, TypeScript. Did not ask you for your opinions. Okay, so we want debugging the connection is cool because it'll log the actual messages. We need identify the username, so I'm gonna specify in my environment variables as well. So like bot username, and then this is actually gonna be a Twitch API token. And actually, this, hey, remember how like 2 minutes ago we made this config file? This is where it comes into play. So also we're gonna want to specify a like bot username. We'll export that from our env or .env, and over here we can bring in our config. That we're not using TypeScript directly, but we are using type checking of all the libraries that we're importing and such. Yeah, apparently it's working now. Yeah. Oh, and is there a types/TMI? I might just install that, and then I don't have to ignore this. Most likely. Config.bot username, and then config.twitch Oauth token. And then for channels, I'm also going to make this a config. So I'll say config.channel name. And we'll specify that over here as well. And let's do a little bit of validation. So let's call this like config. We'll say export default config. But before we export it, we're going to make sure that you have specified all of these things in your .env. So let's just do this. We'll say like object.entries of the config dot for each, and we're going to get back the name and the value. And right here we're going to say if not value. So if the value is not specified, we're going to throw an error and stop the program. We'll say throw new error. Name must be specified in the .env file. Name is not specified in the .env file. Cool. So now we have a nice little config checker, and when we start up our program, it's going to look for like bot username and channel name, and it should throw an error. So let's do this. Cannot find module. Oh, when I import config, I need to do .js. There we go. And we get a nice little error. Bot username is not specified in the .env file. So if somebody else pulls down our code, it's going to give them nice errors that says, hey, go update your .env file. We'll go ahead and update the sample. So we need bot username. Thank you. And thank you, Coding Pasta. So we'll get those types installed. And then we also need channel name. Actually, what did I call it? Channel underscore name. Chanel name. I almost clicked on the real .env file. Yes, and okay, while we're thinking about it, we're going to add our TMI.js types. Does Control-L work to clear the terminal? Apparently it works. I just have never used that keyboard shortcut before. Okay, I'm going to hide my screen while I set up the .env. One moment, please. So my bot username is Samwise Gardner, and the channel that it's joining is Coding Garden. Yeah, I'm gonna try it without the TS ignore now. and I'll let you see what happens when I do it. So I specified both my bot username and my channel name. Get rid of that. Let's like reopen these things. And no, it's broken. Only a void function can be called with the new keyword. What? Apparently, it just does not like the way that TMI.js is defined. How does the @type comment work? I don't know what to do. How do I do it? Like a JS doc type comment? Or like a type import? Type checking JavaScript files. Here we go. And then this will be like require. I installed the TMI.js types. TMI. How do we do it with an import? And thanks for the follow, Andrew. Trying to figure this out. I guess we type of import a.x. Okay. Do I need the star there? Wait, how's that work? Oh no, I guess I specified on a different line. Why is this complaining? Expected. Oh. Curly brace. Closing bracket. The thing is, I think this is just a general TypeScript error for the library itself. Is this stuff new to me? That's like a backhanded comment, but it is. So here are the things that are new to me today. I have never used import and export syntax in Node.js. So this is a fairly new thing. It was experimental in version 12, I think, or maybe it was experimental for a while and now it's officially supported. But import and export syntax is very different than requires and exports. It like at the end of the day, we're just pulling in different libraries and different files, but they work in a more particular way. I had some issues with my .env file not being run in the right file, even though I've coded it this exact same way before without using import exports. So yeah, there's a few things that I just haven't done before, and that's okay. TypeScript. Restart the TS server. The thing is, like, it knows what type it is, right? Right, I can do tmi.client, all that good stuff. It just doesn't like the way that TMI.js is doing it. So we're going to ignore that. This has nothing to do with actually coding the bot. We could try doing this. We could say import client from TMI. No. All right, so we got our bot. We're going to bring in our .env file and do those things. It's going to connect. And then when we get a message, if it's itself, don't respond to itself. If the message type is a whisper, we're not going to respond to that either. And if the message equals hello world, we are going to reply into the channel. Hello world. Okay. This should do it. Though I want to ignore if it's a whisper. I don't want it to be responding to whispers and stuff like that. Yeah, all the types should be working. So like if I do client.on, it should give me like what are all of the event types. However, I mean, is it going to type things like channel? Type any. Tags. Type any. Yeah, so this isn't necessarily typed. I don't know. It's okay. I usually don't even care about having TypeScript. I don't know why I decided to do it today. That was definitely not meant as an insult. It's that what? No, yeah. I know. I know you weren't trying to be mean or anything. But yes, I am having trouble today. Could it be that I'm streaming too much or coding too much? Maybe. Step 1, use TypeScript. Step 2, ignore TypeScript. All right, what time is it? It's time to finish this bot. That's what time it is. And thanks for the follow, Code Carpenter. Read my previous message, which explains the error. A constructor has to have a return type of void in TypeScript. Apparently, they are returning this from their constructor. Exactly. So this is not my issue. It's their issue. This line. I cannot click that. But what I want to see really quick is, or I want to make sure that it's not a whisper. So I'm going to go to the TMI.js documentation, and that is located right here. So if you're new to TMI.js, it has a long history. It's in the process of being upgraded. The documentation, the full documentation isn't really hosted anywhere, but you can go to the TMI.js organization, click on the docs repo, go into posts, which is a list of all the previous documentation, and then go to the latest version 1.4.2. Now, these are all of the possible events that can happen, functions, different things like that. So if I look at events, and then we're specifically listening for the message event, we can see what the types of these things are. So we have channel, user state is the user state object, and then message is the message received. And if it's self, it was sent by the client itself. Here we go. So user state.message type, or user state at message type, is going to give us if it was a whisper. And I don't want to do anything with whispers. I only want to do things with chats. So I'm going to say if message user state, which we're here calling the tags. So if tags at message type is equal to, do we have a type for that? TMI.client. No, we don't. So if it's equal to whisper, return. Whisper. Okay. Otherwise, if you say hello world, it's going to respond to you. Now here we go. Here goes our bot. It's ready. Now, if you type ! hello world, the bot should respond to you. There he is, Samwise Gardner. Oh, you all have to wait 20 seconds before you can actually send the message. That's funny. Oh, remind me about uptime. Okay, yeah, let's actually I have about 45 minutes. We can get all that going. So the bot is working finally. Okay, that took so long, but we've written some good stuff. Now, what we need to do is when the bot spins up, we need to store all of the LiveCoder team members, and then we can, I don't think we're going to need to refresh it on even an hourly basis. It'll basically just run when the stream starts up. Oh, I see. The bot itself is rate limited. Okay, so I'm going to mod the bot. The thing is, I do want to be careful with modding the bot, because now all of my commands, I need to be very careful that there's no like command injection or anything like that, because then people could potentially do mod-like things in my channel. And I definitely want to avoid that. But here comes Samwise, the mod. All right, Samwise is now a gardener. Now you should be able to say, hello, world. I guess I could technically make him a VIP, yeah. The mod bot. And he has a nice little star next to his name. Cool. Let's just get... I'm curious, are there any LiveCoder team members in the chat right now? Actually, I don't have an easy way of detecting that because we don't have a message history in here, but yeah, VIPs do not have slow mode. Oh, I guess technically Alka is here. Yeah, so if somebody summons the Alka bot, oh, the domain itself? No! That's sad. So if you missed the news, Versal has replaced Zeit now. Or not replaced, they changed their name. They changed their name, and they might potentially drop the domain, which is used on a lot of domains. So weird. Okay. Here's what we want to do. So we're gonna configure our TMI.js client. I am going to make the request for the LiveCoder team members here. And once I have the team members, we're then going to start the bot. So I'm going to put this client.connect and client.on. I'm going to put that in its own function called like init. Let's call it init bot. That is going to take in the team members as an argument, and then it's going to have all the different commands and different things like that. Great. So we'll say get all of the live coders and then init the bot. We're going to connect to the client, but what we'll do before that is we'll create a lookup of all of the team members. So let's say like members by ID equals object dot. Oh no, it's an array. So it's an array. We can just do team members dot reduce. So we're going to turn this array into an object of keys and values. So we're going to have by ID and each individual member. And we're going to reduce this to an object. And we want to return by ID. And we're going to say by ID at member.id equals member. Like that. And if we look here, it is actually underscore ID. So that's the property we want to index it by. And no underscore dangle. We're going to disable that in our ESLint config. What was it? And then there's also no param reassign. Cool. So we get the members by ID, and then whenever we get a message, right now we'll create some sort of like bot command handler, but for now we can say if tags.userID. Let's go look at the TMI.js docs. So we have user state, user underscore ID. So, we will say, if tags at user ID is in the members by ID. If it's there. And then else. Then we want to say hello to them. something like live ES6 map. Wait, what? Oh, use them. Okay, I'll use a map. Good call. Good call. Yeah, because right now I'm creating them in an object here. But let's actually create a map of it'll be a map from ID to members themselves. So I'll say by ID dot set at member ID to be the member. Yeah, and now we don't have an issue of like prototype injection. Regardless, this is the Twitch interface, so the tag user ID won't ever be constructor or something like that. So that's fine. But we can say if members by ID dot has this user ID, then we'll say live coder team member detected. Check out their usernames stream. Quickly make an object into a map. Object.entries. This is an array, though. We do have an array. Team members is an array of all the members. But that makes sense. If you already have objects, easy. Okay, live coder team member detected. See you later, Sid. Thanks for hanging out. Welcome. Username. Check out their channel here. https://twitch.tv/username. And then we will parameterize this. All right, I think we have ourselves a bot. Let's restart it. And then someone summon Alka. Just say Alka. Well, we broke it. Username is not defined. How was I use? Oh, tags.username. Tags not username. Yeah, and right now it's going to give them a shout out over and over and over again. Okay, try again. Just type Alka. Live Coders team member detected. Welcome at Alka. Check out their channel here. Very cool. Yeah. And so now what we need to do is we need to make sure that we haven't given them a shout out like in the past 30 minutes. Put this here. Lowercase? I don't know. Okay. What are we doing? We want to keep track of when we've actually sent this message. So we have members by ID, and we have shoutouts by ID. And that also is just going to be a map. And if members have them, and no, so if they are a member, we'll go into this if statement, and then we'll say if shoutouts by ID dot has their user ID, and really we should instead of doing tags bracket, we need to put this into a more usable format. So let's do this. We're going to destructure it. We're going to have message type is message type, like that. We're going to have user ID, which is user ID, like that. We're going to have username, which is just going to be username. And so here we want if message type is equal to whisper, and if members by ID has their user ID, and if shoutouts by ID does not have their user ID, or shoutouts by ID dot get user ID. So that's going to be a timestamp is less than shout out timeout. So like date.now minus shout out timeout. Greater, yeah, is less than. And then, and we're going to put that shout out timeout in a variable, and we'll say shoutouts by ID dot set user ID and date.now. So that's the last time we shouted them out. And then our shout out timeout, this actually could, let's make this an environment variable, because if somebody else uses this, they may want to set it. So we'll say shout out timeout milliseconds. Me and InstaFluff are good at streaming. So InstaFluff streams 3 days a week. I think he might have switched to like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or something like that. But he's always streaming at this time. I am just streaming if I got enough sleep and I feel like streaming. And so we'll pull this in from the config as well. Okay. If we haven't shouted them out already, we're going to shout them out. Or if we have shouted them out and the time that we shouted them out is greater than right now minus the shout out timeout in milliseconds. Yeah. How do I find the time to work full time and stream this often? I don't really know. I mean, I've been pretty busy at work. All right, and then the other thing before I forget is tags.username can just be username. Okay, now we need to specify shoutout milliseconds. I'm gonna hide my screen for a second. Let's look at our .env, and I'm gonna set that to be right now 10 seconds. I'm a hard worker. Oh, thank you, Nickelhead. So now when I restart the bot, it should only shout out Alka every 10 seconds. Let's restart. There we go. So somebody can mention Alka. Okay, so there is Alka's shout out. And we should not see another shout out for at least 10 seconds. So if I do Kraken/channels, you can also get the name and stream description of their last stream. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, Doc. Has it been 10 seconds yet? We might have a coding error. I think it's been longer than 10 seconds, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Oh, there we go. I guess not. Woo-ha! Wait, no, never mind. I was about to say, that's not my bot. Come on. you got me, Gazija. I thought that was that. Alka is technically Alka bot, so that's why he has automatic responses, because he's in hundreds of channels as an actual bot, but he's also a real person. But he's in my channel as a bot right now. Yeah. Okay. So my code is wrong. So we're gonna set the user ID to be right now. If that time, let's say if that time plus shoutout milliseconds is less than date.now. So if you take the time that we shouted them out add the timeout. And if that's less than now, then it was within the time frame. But if you add the time and it's greater than now, then it's not. Okay, this is a better way to do it. And I'm using the unary plus here because we're reading this in from the config. Technically, it's a string, so that's going to turn it into a number. All right, let's try again. And let's actually, like, can we set a 10-second timer? Somebody say Alka. 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 Wait, never mind. Did I break it? Or did it happen too fast? I think because two people said it at the exact same time. I mean, that shouldn't have broken it. We need a I don't know if it does look good. Yeah, it doesn't. We're seeing it multiple times. Alka! Oh, it detects me! That's why. Yeah, it detected me. Look at that. Good job, bot. I really don't know if this timeout is working. We need to set it to like a minute just to make sure. I don't know. Did anyone double check my maths? We're gonna set it to 60 seconds. You are not the bot. What the heck? We need to get rid of that. All right, so I'm setting the timeout to 60 seconds. Also, I should probably... Yeah, I am a live coder. Isn't that great? There is a tree shake command. I got to remember what it is. I'm going to try and do that now. But okay, I'm going to restart the bot. It should not respond for 60 seconds. And I totally forgot. We don't need Alka. We can just test it with my username. There we go. So if we set a timer, I don't know, like at least 59 seconds, 50 seconds. That's when it should be able to work again. So you're like, hi, hello, what's up? Okay, and in 40 seconds it should. Oh jeez. Get those. Does this work? How do I shake the tree? I need to look at the code for this Christmas bot. Christmas drop? Stop it! Stop putting weird stuff on the tree. Where is it? Index. What's the command? All right, and it's been a minute, so it should detect me again. There we go. Nice little bot. Good bot. Very good bot. It is. So if message starts with exclamation mark clear. Wait, is that what I typed? And message.author is chat owner. It's not working. Stop. I'm going to turn the drop game off. Maybe I'm not being set as the chat owner anymore. That's a possibility. I could have broke my backend code. Okay. We're going to disable the drop game. That. All right. Nice job, everyone. You did good. Welcome back, Saints Plays. We got our bot working. Oh, I guess somebody already shouted out Alka. Cool. All right. So right now the timeout is set to a minute. I'll probably set it to like 30 minutes or something like that. And I don't know if did I copy and paste what Doc sent me? No, I didn't. But what we can do is we can request the channel information about that live coder member and show what they were last working on. So we can do users reference. Here we go. Here it is. Channels.get. Channels reference. So get a channel by ID. That's going to give us back the game that they were playing and I guess the category that they were in. Free drop game. Cool. So this is the endpoint that we want. We can just add another function to our TMI.js little API thing here. So, oh, look at that. Look at that. To do. Do it. We're going to do that right now. So we technically want to do, we're going to grab our data. I am currently using the v5 API, so that's good to know. Nice. And then instafluff is in that thread. That's good to know. So we're going to await Twitch API.get, and we want /channels. /channel ID. So instead of taking in the channel name, we are going to take in the channel ID, because that's what we have access to. And then we're just going to return that data. Should be good. Free drop game. Well, here's the thing. We started the stream off with trying to collect ideas on how to, or like what game should we create? Because we want to create something original that's not the drop game. The drop game is Instafluff's game. He also has Plinko. We want to come up with something that is exclusive to Coding Garden. Other people can use it, but I want to make something that's not a total ripoff of his game. Wikipedia started using Vue.js from today on. That is great to hear. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, and we did get ideas. So here's what we need to do. We need to, whenever we get them, we're going to request their channel, or like their channel info. So we should be able to do, wait, did I destructure it? I did. Let's just put this in a variable called Twitch API. Twitch API dot get team. Great. And then here we'll say Twitch API dot get channel, and we'll pass in the user ID. And then we're just going to log the channel info. And we do need to make this an async function. Why is this complaining? Has no default export. I do something like this. Will that work? And thanks for the follow, DFD. Unexpected reserved word. Oh, I need to make this inner function an async function. Not the outer one. Right here, client on message. This needs to be an async function, because inside of there, I am potentially making the request to get the channel. And this, no named is default. Come on, ESLint. Just work. Okay. Someone mentions Alka. It should request his channel and then log it to my console. Well, I guess he won't, but here it is. So we get back views, followers, URL. Game. Yeah. So it was last seen streaming in science and technology. And then, I guess, can we get the link to that category? Yeah, status is the title of the stream, it looks like. and stream description. Yeah, I guess we'll just use status in game. And I don't think we'll link to anything. Do I mean tags? No, just like, how would we... I could technically put a link to the science and technology category, but that doesn't make sense. We just link to their channel. So we'll say, live coders, team member detected. Check out their channel here. They were last seen streaming... And then we'll do channelinfo.game. So we want the game and we want the status. Quick stretch. Good morning, client telephone. I think Alka probably already has all of the mentions ignored because he's in hundreds of channels as a bot. Okay, and then here we'll say, was it status? Yeah. They were last seen streaming game and status. Cool. Live Coders team member detected. Welcome, Coding Garden. Check out their channel here. They were last seen streaming science and technology, chill stream, coding a Twitch bot to detect live code team members. Cool. What do you all think of this format? The bot is saying Alka, not Alka. Oh, yeah, we'll use the display name property. Good call. So for that, we can use this display name. But technically, like, well, some users don't have their display name set. So we'll do that here. So we get username, but we also get display name, which is like display name. And then we'll just create a name property or name variable that's, if they have a display name, we'll use that. Otherwise, we'll use their username. And then we can mention that here. Hello, Harrison. That app is called Timeout by Dejal. If you do ! break, you can get a link. Use the question mark operator instead of or. Apparently my linter doesn't like that. Can I set my version here? Yeah, still doesn't like it. Let's see if it works though. Wait, did I put that in parser options? Where did I put that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that capitalized it. Apparently the operator works, but ESLint doesn't know what to do with it, even if I specify 2020. Cool. Cooldown time in the chat. 20 seconds. What do you all think of this format? So I'm wrapping the category in double quotes, and I'm wrapping the stream title in double quotes. What do you think? Is there a better way to do that? Yeah, you can set it to 20. That's fine. Thank you, MV. What do you all think? Is this good? Are we done? is this all we needed? Remove the title or the game. I want to show at least... The thing is, pretty much everyone on the Live Coders team streams in science and technology. Oh, Babel ESLint? I probably need that. I think last stream is not necessary. If someone is interested, they will look at their channel. I guess that's true, but I do want to give them at least a shout out so people can get an idea of what they do stream. Mods work for free. We're going to assume you had positive intent and you were not being mean in that comment. So we're not going to delete that comment on pure principle. I think it looks okay. What do you all think? It does make it nicer. Wait, why did Robin get timed? Oh, no, timed out by Robin. Oh, I like that. They were last seen doing status in science and technology. I like that. We'll go with that. And that's final. I should always add some emotes to the... I'll do that. So the Live Coders... Live Coders has a logo, which is this. Is there like a cog emoji? Like a settings? Needs more emoji. We'll definitely do a wave. Live Coders team member detected. Welcome. Oh, I could do like actual Twitch emotes. Yeah. So it's literally I am glitch. Like that. Oh, what is this? How did we get that? Capital L? Because I'm thinking, okay, so yeah, so there's the cog emoji. Thank you, Portal Gaming. Because we could create like a version of it. So we have, there's like the silhouette. This guy. And he's like speaking at the cog. That's kind of like the Live Coders logo, right? Because there's like a person inside of it. I am glitch, okay. All right, I think this is a really great welcome message, and I thank you all for helping me come up with it. But this is the one. This is it. And then we'll set the timeout to be like 30 minutes. And then we'll do the uptime command. There's an extra H in there. Where'd that H? Oh, that's just my parser. It looks right on here. Yeah. Okay. Man. It's just my emote parser. Does game really need quotes? I think so. Yeah, I am gonna remove the Twitch icon. Just cuz. We're gonna go with purely emotes or emojis. Yeah. Yeah, that replicates it in a very specific way. Okay, so Live Coders team member detected. Please check out their channel. They were last seen streaming. Yeah, I'll get rid of the quotes. I'll put a dash. Put an emote somewhere else in the message. What's the Twitch message limit? And also, what's the length of this message? Because depending on like the length of their stream title, this is 299 characters, but it depends on the length of their stream title. A non-breaking space. I don't know. All right. We'll add the what other emote could we add? Like a Twitch global emote. 500 characters. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, and there is a max limit on the title itself too. Mr. Destructoid? Global emotes. Global emotes suck. There's the, you could do like Cool Cat. You do the Bleed Purple. Tours? What's that about? Virtual Hug. Pog? Raid emote? I do cut my hair by myself, which is very relevant right now because no barbershops are open. I'm gonna do Bleed Purple. Live coders. Twitch team member detected. Heart. Bleed Purple. Okay, this is it. This is the winner. I shaved my head because all the barbers are closed. This is the one. Are you all ready? No, it apparently the both of those emotes are broken. And that's just my emote parser. Oh, you know what? It might be that because they are next to an emoji. I think that's the bug. What if I do that? Because there's something weird about, like, emoji indices. No, it's still broken. Alright, never mind. We're gonna get rid of those. Mainly because they're broken on my overlay, but we can add them again later. Yeah, it's the last letter of the emote. And it's just my emote parser. I need to fix the code. Yeah, regex edge cases, exactly. Is it the live coders? Or is it just live coders? It's definitely an off by one error. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good to go. I'm gonna update the timeout to be 30 minutes. And then, we're gonna do an uptime command. Look at the drop game. We'll do an uptime command, and I think, the same person who asked about the uptime command was asking about, like, getting top streams or something like that. We'll work on that. Messages from the bot. Oh, I will absolutely do that. Because it's Samwise Gardner. All right. Go to my config. What is 30 minutes in milliseconds? So 60 times 1,000 is a minute. 60 times that is 60 minutes. So we want 30 times that. So we want 30 times 60 times 1,000. Right? Is that math right? Garden time. I like that. We can make that an alias for the uptime command. 30 times 60 times 1,000. So 60 times 1,000 is 60 minutes. We want 30 of those. Okay. So this is our timeout in milliseconds. Yeah, I got it. Also, does that channel command give us their uptime? If they're live. I need to log that. back to it. Start it up. It should have a 30-minute timeout now, but I am interested. What is, or if a person is live, does the channel endpoint give you back their uptime? No. Broadcaster software, unknown RTMP. That's funny. I think it's because I'm using that. Well, actually, I'm not using Docker Multistreamer right now. I actually am just using OBS. Okay, we need to find an endpoint that gives us back how long a channel has been live for the uptime command, but that's probably going to be a separate endpoint. Okay, last time to restart, and then we're going to make that uptime command, and then I gotta go. I believe there is an actual endpoint that says how many hours that they've been live, like a total runtime. Okay. Documentation. Git channel? Uptime. Time? Live. The streams endpoint. Okay. So we can get streams by a user's channel ID. So we're going to get my channel ID. Not featured streams. Get live streams. Get stream by user. So we have viewers created at. Okay, I guess that's what we want. And I guess we would need my channel ID, but I wonder if we can just do it with username. Okay, I think we'll use created at. Get a list of live streams. We don't want stream summary. We don't want featured streams. We don't want followed streams. Yeah, we're going to use the first endpoint. The only thing is we're going to need to pass in the channel ID instead of the channel name. But that's fine. So we go back, and for the person that asked earlier about how do we get uptime, this is how we do it. So we'll have to make a request to the Twitch API, which is going to actually give us back the when the stream started, and then we'll have a Twitch a bot command which can call that when it needs to. So we're gonna have another function, get stream channel ID. That's where we want to go. It's going to be similar to that. And we just want slash streams slash channel ID. And then we're going to return data. And then we'll calculate the uptime based on that created at property. Created at the top level. I can also get the number of viewers. See you later, Aaron. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay. All right, see you later, Kevin. Yeah, I'm glad you thought it was good stuff, because it was me just like struggling for like an hour. But we're making progress now. We're actually writing code. X is rating with X people. Yeah. I think we're just going to do like the total amount of uptime. The thing is, the Alcabot is in my channel right now, so technically he does uptime. Hey, look, there's two live coder team members detected. I need to ignore this message if it's me. Like, I should not do it. If it's me. What is my channel ID? My channel ID is that. So I'm going to add another environment variable for channel ID, because I'll use that to not display that message. Oh, I guess it could just say like is chat owner. That's one thing we could do. Yeah. And hello, Limwell. This is what we did. If a live coder is in my channel, we show this message. We haven't come up with a game to create, though someone had the suggestion for throwing arrows with names, and it might hit my head. I don't know. Instead of the drop game, we could potentially have like a target over there in the corner, and you could like shoot an emote at the target or something like that. We should do this eventually, like a little school bus that goes across every now and then with all the live coder team members that are watching. Yeah. Is that a game idea or a threat? Game idea. Okay, so in my config, I also want the channel ID. And then I can use that to get uptime for the current broadcaster. What? Somebody needs to knock these things off the tree. Okay, and then I need to update my .env with my channel ID. No, you don't knock it off with more. You knock it off with something that's not that. Okay. Back to it. So if we get a message that is... right now, because I'm about to stop streaming, I'm just going to make it super simple. I'm going to say, like, if message.to lowercase is equal to uptime. Wait, somebody came up with something we should have used earlier. Like coding garden themed uptime. What should we call it? And let's actually do that so we don't interfere with the Alcobot's uptime command. Garden time. Cool. So we could do like a command handler. We could write stuff to handle aliases and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just going to hard code it to garden time. So if someone says garden time, we're then going to get back the stream info, which is going to be Twitch API dot get. Oh, I need to export it. So it's exported here, but I technically need to export it in this object if I want to call it in that way as well. Get rid of that. And actually, let's not do this. Over here, I should be able to do import star as Twitch API. And then it should stop complaining when I call it. Yeah, okay. So we say Twitch API dot get stream. Pass in the channel ID. Or the config.channel ID. Look at that. And then we're going to get back the created at time. And so the uptime. It's no actually yes on Twitch and yes actually no on the chat. Wait, what? Yes, no, for sure. What? Stop. Garden time. Okay, so we're going to say stream info dot created at. It's the top level property. We'll just pass that into the date constructor. Grab a new date. And we will say date.now minus that. So that should give us the total number of milliseconds. And then we'll take that whole thing and we will divide by 1,000. That should give us the total number of seconds. And that is what our message is going to say. We'll say, Coding Garden has been live for uptime seconds. Do the conversion yourself. Seedling. Heart. What a helpful bot. Yeah. Okay, let's try it out. I love counting in seconds. So you can do exclamation mark garden time. Did it break? Let's look at the log. We have an error. Cannot read property starts with of undefined. Oh, I did something completely and totally wrong. Wait, what? Make a user enter their own math expression for the conversion. Yes. TMI lib. Something weird going on. Source index line 56. Oh, I forgot to specify the channel. I see. Send the message in the channel with that message. There we go. That should work. And I probably should just do a quick timeout on it, because it's going to respond to everyone and call the API a bunch. Did it break again? Coding Garden has been live for nanoseconds. Nice. Very good. Perfect. I should probably just log the stream info object. And while I'm thinking about it, I am going to ignore... So if user ID does not equal that, because I want to stop sending that message for that. Okay, try again. Oh, time zone conversion? Well, I think JavaScript will parse it as UTC though, right? Promise pending. Oh, I forgot to await it. We'll figure this out one day. All right, this is it. Last time. I think date.now. Oh, I think you're right. I should probably just do a new date, not date.now. Like that. Take care of your own business. Are we... Let me make sure I even have the right property, because I could just be guessing there. All right, one more time. One more time, and thanks for the follow, Rapid Dev Pro. While we're over here struggling, not raid, garden time. Created at oh, stream. There's a stream property. Well, is there any other property on that? No, there's not. So our nice little helper API library is going to return the stream property. Like this. Now it should work. Why is it broke? Stop it. Stop breaking. I thought, oh. Did I just renamed it? I didn't actually destructure it. Yes, so we want to destructure the stream property. There we go. Nice. Coding Garden has been live for 9,864.7 seconds. Do the conversion yourself. Cool. Why don't I use NodeMon? I don't want this, because this is a bot. I don't want it to restart all the time. 0.70 is 2 seconds. Can anyone tell me if that's right? Does that convert to 2 hours and 44 minutes? And thanks for the follow, Keenan. Hey, Alka. 2.74 minutes. No, 2.74 hours? 2 hours, 45 minutes. All right. Should we just try to do the conversion? The thing is, in the past, I've used a library called Uptime. That's like a nice little conversion thingy. We can do the conversion. Hours is going to be Okay, this will be total seconds. Hours is going to be total seconds divided by how many seconds are in an hour. 60 times 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour. That's the hours. We'll take math.floor of that. When did I do my first Twitch live stream? About 6 months ago. What about days? Hey, stop finding edge cases in my code. Now, minutes is going to be total seconds minus 60 times 60. Because that gets rid of the... Wait, no, wait, what? Total seconds... Okay, Doc's got it. Mod 60 times 60. Wait. Is that minutes or is that hours? Find the remainder of the division by 60 and multiply times 60. That's hours, isn't it? Minutes. Find the remainder of the division by... so calculate the seconds first. Cool. No. Seconds. It's going to be total seconds mod 3600. And then minutes is going to be seconds divided by 60. What? Really? Alka is both. Alka is both a bot and a person. Is that it? Oh, I see. This is remainder seconds. And then seconds is remainder seconds mod 60. Why did I write this code? I should have just installed a library. Now let's format it. We are all bots. We also want a clock emoji. There we go. That's the winner. And we can compare my result with the Alkabot result. Garden time. Nice! The hours is wrong. I need to stop. I need to stop coding. Hours equals math. Okay. Math.floor of total seconds divided by 3600. Okay. And 25 hours later. Oh wait, did I forget the word seconds? I need to stop coding, said no dev ever. I feel like people will say that a lot. Okay, here we go. We have ourselves an Uptime Command. And it works! 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 53 seconds. Oh wow, Alka has a few seconds gained on us though. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm done. Thanks everyone for watching. We didn't create a game, but we did come up with ideas, and this weekend I would like to code a game. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. Some sort of mini golf on the screen would be fun. Some sort of arrow throwing thing would be fun. Creating an animation with actual live coder team members would be fun as well. Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be fun, and I'm gonna work on all that stuff this weekend. Close enough. Yeah, close enough. And also, let me just add a to-do right here. Space Invaders Coding Garden themed. How could we do, like, I like it. How could we do that with the Twitch chat, though? Could, like, the aliens be based on the emotes that people are sending? Bob sent an idea. Let's see. There's some type of container, and users bounce a ball like Pong, and they try to bounce the ball into the cup. That is beautiful. That actually seems like it would be a lot harder than the drop game, because you would have to, like, it bounce and then go into the cup. I like that, Bob. Yeah, there are plenty more. All right, who voted for it? Somebody voted for it. Coding Pasta voted for it. But oh yeah, we need a to-do right here. To-do. Time out this so we don't call the Twitch API so much. Quizbot. Space Invaders Coding Garden theme. we're using handlebars. Okay, I'm done. I need to go. Thank you, everyone. This was super fun. I'll push this code to GitHub for anybody that's interested in it. And now that I think about it, we should actually make it less coding garden themed so that, yeah. So the channel lookup happens once when the bot boops up, boops, when it boots up. So we call the Twitch API with that. I guess the this we're not caching either. Like getting the channel information. I'll just add that as a to-do up here. To-do. Cache things reasonably. Cool. Yeah, I'll push that to GitHub. We'll find someone to raid. I don't know who's live, but we'll find out. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I will say, if you have not subscribed on YouTube, I'm going to ask you to subscribe. I don't normally do this, but I am roughly 300 subscribers away from 42,000 YouTube subscribers. And when we get to 42,000 YouTube subscribers, I'm going to do a long special live stream. So look forward to that sometime this weekend, hopefully. Can I get 300 subscribers in 2 days? I don't know. Cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. So I'll see who we're going to raid. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And until next time, here's this.